So, Men of War 2 has finally released. I've been really excited for this one. I remember playing one of the betas and thoroughly enjoying it. And before we jump into the video about is it worth playing Men of War 2, I have to give a massive thank you to Lurkit, the devs and the publishers for giving me a free key to play. And Men of War 2 has released to mixed reviews on Steam. It's sitting at around 53% positive after over 1,200 reviews, so it's not that great. One of the biggest complaints about the game is the fact that even the campaigns run on online servers. It's an always online game, and that means you can get connection errors, you can get server lag, like even when you're playing the single player campaign. But the developers have said they are working on an offline mode for the single player campaigns, and they've been doing that since before the game even released. So it's just a waiting game because it takes a long time to implement things like that. However, this game will have an offline mode for the single player campaigns, so while there's a problem now, it's not going to be a problem forever. And there are 3 story or narrative campaigns in this game that are set across 6 missions each. They take a little while. The first mission took me around an hour or so, and then the next few missions, they're always in between like half an hour and an hour per mission, and you get 18 of them in the story or narrative campaigns. And the first Soviet mission I did was amazing. The one that took me around an hour. You start off with infantry, you move on to artillery, and then you eventually get to control tanks. Now, I'm not sure if this is a bug or not, but I may have had one of my tanks go invisible. I could only see like dirt tracks and smoke. And I don't think the Soviets had cloaking technology in the time that this game is set, so I don't know what happened with it. But that was pretty much my only issue in everything I've played in this game so far. And on top of the 3 story or narrative campaigns, you've got 2 historical campaigns, and these are set across 7 missions each, and also there's a third category which comes away from the 2 main historical campaigns but gives you 6 bonus missions. And instead of you going in and having a story so you've got very specific troops and stuff, these historical campaigns are going to give you access to a tech tree, and what happens is you complete a mission, you're going to be given XP, which you can then use in the tech tree and upgrade the troops that you're going to be using. So it offers replayability because you can then use better troops to go into previous missions and have more fun with them. But that's not even it for the single player experience. You've also got Conquest mode, which is campaigns that have the entire tech tree unlocked. So already there is a lot in the single player side of this game, and then finally you have raids. And these raids are a series of PvE battles in multiplayer battalions, so it's not just you, there's going to be other online players as well. But from what I've read, I believe there's a way to actually fill those slots with AI, so you don't actually need other people to join your matches. And every single time you restart the raids, the campaign you are in is going to generate a new battle path. So again, there is replayability. There's a lot of it across all the campaigns, maybe besides the story-based ones. But they're a lot of fun. Even though it's story-based, you're locked to the troops you can use. They are still very entertaining. There is also a feature to autosave. You can manually save, but there's an autosave, and it gets a little bit irritating because it completely pauses the game while it's saving. But luckily, it doesn't happen all the time. And the camera in this game is something I have to talk about. It's incredible. It lets you zoom really far out so that you can see everything from pretty much a bird's eye view, all the way to zooming in to the point where you are horizontal with the battlefield. You can see everything going on. And this is not just a PvE online and campaign-based game. You have your PvE battalions that you can join, as well as having PvP modes in classic, combined arms, or battalions as well. So there is a lot of single player and online features in this game. And if you enjoy the style of the game, you are going to enjoy this. There are some issues here and there, but the devs are working on it. And again, with the always online, they are working towards getting rid of it. And granted, there are probably games out there that are better than this around the same sort of style. But moving into my final note about this is, granted, it's a little bit pricey. It's going to cost you around £40. But you do get a lot of content in this game. It's good, enjoyable campaigns. And it's fun, war-based gameplay with infantry, artillery, tanks. You even get special units. And not only that, it's not all set up in your generic, oh, daytime, here's some troops, go do this. One of the historical campaigns that I started actually starts you off on a nighttime map. But you are going to get a bunch of paratroopers, including special units like the Devils and the Raiders. And these groups of paratroopers, the Devils and the Raiders, they are capable of killing everything. And the Raiders can even use bazookas to go and destroy enemy machine guns. So not only is there a lot to do in this game, the gameplay itself is incredibly enjoyable, especially when you can get some like anti-tank guns, set them up in a choke point. You can camouflage them, you can get your troops to lay down, you can basically set up traps so that when the enemies are trying to cross that path, they get absolutely obliterated. I have really enjoyed my time with this game, and even with it being a little bit pricey, to answer the question of is Men of War 2 worth playing, I'm going to say absolutely 100% yes. It's probably an unpopular opinion. A lot of people are probably like, oh, go play one of the older ones, go play a different game, you're going to get much better gameplay, but I thoroughly enjoyed my time with this one, and I believe it is worth your money, even if I do also believe it's a little bit on the pricier side. Maybe if they was to knock £10-15 off it, I would say it's perfectly priced. But even with that kind of inflated price to how I feel it should be priced, I still reckon there's a lot of value in this game. If you enjoy it, you're going to have a lot of fun, like hours and hours and hours worth of fun, just going through the campaigns before you even touch online, or just playing online before you even begin the campaigns. I believe Men of War 2 is worth buying and playing, and on that note, we're going to leave the video there. Let me know your thoughts and stuff about this game in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.